Welcome to the G.N.A podcast, Games, Nerds, and Alcohol, where we get drunk and talk about stuff. And yes, if you're listening to this, this is the New Year's episode. Unlike the Christmas episode where we had it and completely forgot to mention, oh yeah, there's Christmas coming along. This time, we're not going to forget. Wait a minute. What was I talking about?
I did.
Wait, we're doing a podcast? What are you talking about? We're doing a podcast?
Hey, what are you doing over here? Get off my lawn.
As you can hear, we're being joined tonight by D and Zyber. How are you gentlemen doing this evening?
Fast track to getting drunk?
I like it.
I'm doing all right.
I like it a lot. I like it. What are you drinking there, Zyber?
We'll find out in a little bit.
Well, we're at that part of the show where we talk about what we're drinking.
All right then. Well, I started off.
I didn't realize that either.
Okay. Are we good? Can I continue?
I'm good.
No, not yet. Okay, now.
I'm solid like a turd.
All right. Well, I've been drinking some Eden iced apple wine.
Oh God, that sounds good.
It is freaking delicious. Steam's fuck. I'm getting all tonguey.
The
same stuff that I did with Shinzu when I went out and visited him back in October. I got a lot of bottles for Christmas.
Nice.
And I am polishing through them.
Nice.
My next, right now I'm doing the Honey Crisp. Next I am drinking the barrel of, or the bottle of Heirloom. And probably before the end of the show, I'm going to drink the barrel-aged Heirloom.
I'm really glad that you corrected yourself from drinking a barrel to drinking a bottle, because I was about to say, dude, if you're on your second barrel, we got to call 911.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, a delivery boy to snag that extra barrel for the rest of us. I ain't letting that shit go to waste.
What are you drinking tonight, D?
Actually, nothing fantastic. I'm being a little bit boring. I've just got this Jack Daniel's Berry Punch.
But
it actually tastes kind of like grape soda.
That actually sounds pretty good.
It's not bad. It's got 4.8% alcohol by volume, but I don't even notice the alcohol. So
well, then that's a decent drink right there. If you don't even notice the alcohol,
it's only 4.8. So yeah, you're not gonna. It's gonna be like, not gonna notice that.
Well, I am lame, and I am completely dry tonight. Yeah.
Your underwear says otherwise.
Oh, well. Yeah. That's because my underwear is wet because Zyber's getting all tonguey.
You like it when I'm tonguey.
I love it when you're tonguey.
I love it when we touch tips.
But only a mess of nothing, and only when you're trying to get sleep.
That's how it always works.
I provide the background sonata.
Oh yeah, Jesus! The amount of gas that you produce at once is amazing. But so let's kick into State of Games here. What State of Games is, if you don't know already, State of Games is where we talk about what we've played for this past week, or we pontificate on gaming as a whole. But that'd be about it. So, D, what's your State of Games?
I've been playing like the same old thing, Mario Odyssey with the kids. We're now at like 786 moons. We're trying to get all the last of the moon pieces, the whole 999 to fight that secret boss. On the Switch. So we've been playing that. I've been playing the Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dusk on the Switch. It's an RPG, and I've been playing, I got the Nintendo service, so I'm playing, the online games that they have, the old school stuff, so I've been playing, Zelda again, the original Zelda.
Oh, nice.
I haven't had a lot of time, so it's mostly me kicking him back in bed just playing before I fall asleep, so. This week's been a little hectic.
Yeah, holiday weeks are always that way.
That and back to, back to work and all that stuff, so now I'm dragging ass. Not used to get up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I've been getting up super early, too. It's crazy. What about you, Zyber? What's your State of Games there, guy?
Well, my State of Games is as follows. I've been playing some Resident Evil Biohazard.
Ooh, Ooh, how was that? I just got that over Christmas.
It's a lot of fun. You need to crack into it. I like how they changed up the style. It's not like your traditional Resident Evil, but is so very Resident Evil.
It's first person, right?
Yes. Also been playing some Overwatch, which tonight I'm really proud of myself. I got like all kinds of MVPs.
Did you get play of the game?
Yeah, I got play of the game. It was awesome. I got a triple kill, which ended up getting me to play a game. And a bunch of assists all in that one area before I died.
Nice.
Excuse me. But yeah, I've been playing, The End is Nigh, which I downloaded from a gift that Senor Cecil got me, the Nitro.
Oh, yeah.
I played a little bit of the duck game. It's weird. It's a very weird game. God, I went through basically everything on Nitro to see what I liked. And yeah, it'd take all night for me to really go through everything. But yeah, I played a lot of stuff.
Nice.
And then, of course, Pokemon Go and Let's Go Eevee.
Nice. How is that? Is that
now I'm on the bottle of heirloom, and it is such a palate flavor changiness. I'm gonna get shit faced.
I'm pretty confident you already are.
You might not be wrong.
Well, my city games is actually super simple. I've been playing a bunch of mobile stuff. I've been jumping on. Oh God, I've been jumping on my Warframe. I actually played a little bit of Warframe. I usually jump on just to collect my daily stuff, but I actually played a couple of rounds, and I forgot. Warframe is silly fun. It's really fast paced. Everything like goes super quick. So trying to be pinpoint accurate is challenging and takes a lot of skill because everything is moving at such a quick speed. But it's so fun, and I'm really glad that I started playing it on PC because my guy on PS4 is the most advanced or whatever. But I started playing it on PC, and oh man, it's so gorgeous by comparison. Just in frame rate and looks and everything else, it's just so gorgeous. What else have I been playing? I actually got a couple of games over this Christmas break. I got Battlefield 5, which I haven't cracked into yet. I was playing some Titanfall 2. I'm trying to get my way through. I'm trying to crack my way through that storyline because I keep starting it and then I stop, and then I start it again and I stop, and I start it again and I stop. I got Biohazard, Resident Evil 7. I'm looking forward to start playing that at some point in time. I just been so bogged down by schoolwork. It's just really hard to get time to play. And plus, I got car parts for Christmas, so I'm going to be spending a lot of time outside under a vehicle putting things together, which, as you can see, I'm totally looking forward to. But yeah, other than that, I haven't been doing too much gaming. What about your Christmas, guys? How was your Christmas? D, how was your Christmas, man?
It was pretty good. The kids had a lot of fun, so that was good. Kids got what they asked Santa for.
Very nice.
Which meant a lot of putting shit together.
What about you, Zyber?
Damn dollhouse.
How's your Christmas, man?
My Christmas was spent getting absolutely inebriated. So it was rather pleasant.
I'll say that's the best way to be, man.
Yeah, I drank a lot of wine. I was told 3 bottles of wine to my head.
Wow, that's impressive. Did you uke?
No, not at all.
Oh man, good on you, dude. I mean, I'm not a wine drinker, but every time I've seen somebody go past a bottle and a half, usually there's uking involved.
Yeah, I was really enjoying myself. I ate a lot of food, a lot of my lasagna, and drank a lot of wine while eating my lasagna.
Dude, it's freaking awesome. Oh man,
that's how the Italians roll. Yo.
Yeah, it was nice spending time with the wife and the outlaws, as Cecil would put it.
Yeah, I wish I could say I created Outlaws, but I stole that from another guy.
All right. Well, as that other guy would put it. Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was a good time.
Nice. Cool. I am super glad that you had a great Christmas. I had, well, you already heard, I got car parts. And that's the majority of my Christmas that I got. I got car parts, which isn't a bad thing. I needed them. And, well, I needed them. Now I actually got to go put my money where my mouth is. So thankfully, it's been raining. So yay, I'll have to wear car parts. Actually, it was funny because it was the car parts for an '04 Impala. And I really thought, because I've taken apart numerous cars, and always the air filter is like one of the easiest things to do. I think the worst one I had, besides this Impala, the worst one I had was an old Oldsmobile, and that's because of the way that they put the air intake. They kind of looped it up and over and then through a frame, and it was really, really weird the way that they did it. But yeah, so I went, I'm just going to go out quick, and I'm going to throw this in here quick, and I'll be done in 5 minutes. I'm out there for 10 minutes taking the damn thing apart because I had to take the whole damn intake apart to get the thing to drop down and get it in there. It was a pain right in the balls. But
sounds like the cabin filter on the Mini. If you don't wiggle it at the right point, the frame for the filter will crack and go flimsy, and you can't push it any further.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me I've got to push it to make sure I get the frame right? So I gotta push it.
You gotta wiggle it to make sure the frame goes in correctly.
I gotta wait a minute. Am I seeing it? I think I just saw a Shinzu crotch right there.
You did.
Oh,
You did a little bit. Yeah,
you got the wrong mic on, Shinzu, because you sound like you're 50 miles away. Ha ha ha! He tries to crash us and he fails miserably.
Epic fail.
Well, I'd just like to say it's correct now.
It is now. Totally hear you now.
And I apologize for my transgressions. And I gotta turn down my levels too.
You failed the city. How you doing, Shinzu?
I have failed this podcast. I'm doing real good. I survived the holidays.
Oh, you did? Well, that's a relief.
I barely survived the holidays, so I'm actually very happy to report that I am in one piece. I have some 18-year-old scotch, because it's that kind of a night. But overall, things are going
talk
great.
to me. What type of scotch you got? Scotch is my jam.
Oh, scotch is your jam. What's your favorite scotch? Let's go there first.
So I've got a couple of different favorite ones that I have. There is, I've really been digging Dalmore. It's a nice, easy scotch. It's only about $60-$70 a bottle. It's a nice, easy, smooth scotch. There's this bottle that I got for Daymock called Cooper's Choice. It was a 1998 vintage, and it was done in sherry cask. That was amazing. Really peaty, and it was cask strength. So it was rough, you know. It was like 114 or 116 proof. And it's, oh man, was it so good. But all you just needed a little bit of that, like one knuckle worth. And you just sat there and you just enjoyed that with a cigar. Oh God, I'm getting hard thinking about it.
I met a midget that said that once.
I can't do cigars, but I will tell you, I am currently doing Glenfiddich, their 18-year-old Glenfiddich.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I got that pack that had the 10, the 15, and the 18-year, and I'm like, you know what? Knowing my taste, I'm probably going to be more along the 15-year one. You know, not too expensive, not too cheap, just kind of right in that like 50 for like a nice size bottle. But this 18 has got me, I don't know, man. This 18 is magical. I want to try McClellan 21.
My brother's got a bottle of that, so if you come on down, we'll have to hit up his house. He's got a McClellan 21. In fact, I tried McClellan 21 at the Whiskey Extravaganza. That I got this really, really cool little, it was a little like snifter glass, but it was a really small one for drinking little samples of scotch out of. I had like Whiskey Extravaganza. I was using it for all my scotch drinking. And then my wife broke the glass.
Oh, I mean, those are grounds for divorce. You can file and say, sir, she broke my whiskey, and they'll give you everything.
It was a bad day.
that happened to me with my Saratoga Brewery glass that we had for your brother's first
Hey,
wedding.
you know what?
Erica kind of broke
If
one.
you need a replacement, ironically, I have about 5 more of those over in the cabinet. Because that night, they didn't check how many I walked out with.
Sounds like a great little gag gift for your brother.
No. A gag gift for my... So, okay, quick story time with Cecil. A gag gift for my brother is a 90-minute IPA by Dogfish Head. So he comes over my house, all right, and I forget where my wife was and the kid was, but they weren't here, or maybe they were, maybe Bot was sleeping or something. I don't know. I don't believe that they were here. I think they might have been up in New York. Anywho, my brother comes over. Fair weather for naming conventions. He comes over, we're chilling out, and I had a bunch of 60-minute IPAs and a bunch of 90-minute IPAs in my fridge. Now, I've been pounding these things down left and right, because I love... Actually, I don't like what they did to the 90s now. Have you guys tasted the 90s now? They like...
Actually, funny story about that one. I brought a bottle home of that 90-minute IPA that Zyber gave me when he was here, and I had one bottle left, and I was like,
120s.
I gave
you 120s.
Oh, it's 120s. All right.
Yeah.
I let that age for an additional length of time, and our father finished that off, and he fell down.
Dude, because 120s are completely different. We didn't have 120s that night. But I had a whole bunch of 60s and 90s, and they changed something with the 90s now, because they've even changed the packaging. You used to get them in 4-packs, now you get them in 6-packs, and they taste different. I don't know why they taste different, but they just do. But anywho, so we had a bunch of 60s and a bunch of 90s in the fridge, so we're sitting there, we're pounding down some 60s, and I looked over at my brother and I said, hey, we're out of the 60-minute, do you want to try the 90? And he's like, yeah, let's give it a shot. So I pour him a 90, and I just said, hey, look, just a heads up, these are a bit more potent than the 60s, so drink it a little slower. Well, he always calls me his gauge, because whenever it comes to alcohol drinking, if I stop, he knows he has to stop, because if he doesn't stop, he's going to throw up. Well, I was very, very used to drinking these 60s and 90s, so I was pounding them back pretty quick, and he was keeping up with me the whole time. And I was thinking to myself, man, I've tuned this body to process this. He hasn't. I'm really scared now. So we get pretty tipsy. We're like, hey, we're out of beer. Let's go down to the local convenience store and go pick up a pack. So we went down and picked up a pack of Devil's Backbone, like whatever their blonde ale was. And on the way back, we stopped at, there was a cookout right down the road. We stopped there and grabbed a whole bunch of food, like chicken wings, hamburgers, hot dogs, whole 9 yards. We're coming back. We're drinking beers. Like, we only had the beers in our hands. We drank beers all the way down there, drank beers all the way back. And when we got back to the house, we're pounding down these Devil Backbones. And I looked in the back and I had 2 more 90-minute IPAs. So I handed one over to him. We're pounding this thing back. So I'm like, all right, man, well, I guess I'm going to go to bed. So I go to bed, and he goes to the bathroom, and he starts puking his guts out. So flash forward to the next day, I wake up, and I'm like, hey, man, I need a greasy breakfast. You know, you want in? He's like, oh, yeah, man, I got to grab some orange juice. So he sits down, and he starts pounding down the orange juice. And, I mean, like, he's like, slaps down a glass, and then he's slapping down a second. I'm going, like, wow, man, you must really like orange juice. He's like, no, man, after a rough night, man, orange juice, it's my guide. It's my North Star. And all of a sudden, he's sitting there, and I see this look on his face. He's sitting on the couch, and he goes, whew, and I'm like, you all right? He goes, I think I'm going to throw up again. And I'm like, dude, no way. You're not going to throw up. And he's like, yeah, this is happening. And he gets up and bolts towards the bathroom and starts just blowing everything out of him again. I'm like, wow. So he comes back out, and he goes, dude, you ruined orange juice. I'm like, oh, whoa. Well, I didn't ruin nothing. I didn't tell you to drink the orange juice. He's like, you ruined orange juice. That's not right. You can't ruin orange juice after a drink. No, it's not right. So now, if you want to see him squirm, all you got to do is just go, hey, bro, you want a 90-minute IPA? His face will quiver, and you'll see his entire body do a shudder, and then he'll be like, oh, I hate you.
So, for a gift, we need to send him one of those glasses with a 90-minute IPA and a bottle of Jägermeister.
Oh, God. Yeah, if you do Jaeger with him, either those Jaeger bombs that night. Oh, God. He will probably commit some sort of murder then. God, that was funny.
So I know I came in kind of midstream here, but I know you guys all probably already did the introduction or introduced yourselves and told everyone what you're drinking. I noticed what Zyber's drinking. He's drinking the hard ice cider, which is like a hangover in the bottle, like sugar concentrate. D, what in the world are you drinking? Is that a Guinness?
No, just these berry punch Jack Daniels things.
Oh, I was going to give you a break for the basic bitch thing this time around because I was gone for the last 2 times, but my God, man, have some self-respect.
Yeah, he's pulling a millennial blonde tonight.
I swear to God, the next thing he's going to do is order a pumpkin spice latte and order some Uggs.
Hey, so hold on. I actually like those Jack Daniels things. Those things are pretty nice. I mean, they're better than Smirnoff Ice.
I can give you a break because that's like a rare thing for you. But like over the last couple of weeks, this man has just been simply going, I'm going to buy every bitch drink I can and drink that shit. That's seasonal beer, right? A seasonal beer is perfectly fine, but you buy like the most basic of all bitches for like craft seasonal beer. Like, oh, I got the Sam Adams. Like, it's so hard to find.
Drink, motherfucker. She said basics so many times.
Oh, God. you can tell that there's a lot of love between D and Shinzu. A lot of love.
You know, I expect my brother to have more sense. I mean, he's always going about how I went to Germany and they have all this great beer in Germany, and he comes home and he drinks this crap.
I drink Hefeweizens too.
Right?
Right.
Yeah,
Have you there.
UFO doesn't count. UFO does not count as a Hefeweizen. That's a good Hefeweizen. It's a decent Hefeweizen, not a good Hefeweizen.
All right. And has he been up to First Republic yet? Huh?
No, he has not been to First Republic, but if D gets his Christmas gift from my parents' house, he might just have some samplings from that very same brewery.
Oh, and thank you. Oh my God. I drank that like all in one night, unfortunately.
Wait, is that the brewery that's owned by Sean Trout?
Yes, it is.
Nice. My buddy growing up. Nice.
You should definitely go up there at least just for a day, because I mean, you should definitely see. You know,
my bitch ass needs to get up there and see him.
Yeah, well, you don't have to you don't have to come up here, but at least go to your parents' house and see how they're doing, and they'll
but no, I mean, one of these days in the future, I need to go see my buddy.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
I'm not being a rat bastard.
I'm not gonna take you to the same brew tour as I took Zyber through because he wouldn't survive that.
Oh God,
me?
No. So here's what we got to do. D. Zyber and myself, we all have to come up and visit you. We have to all go through the same tour, and we have to see who makes it out on the other end.
All right.
I do believe that all right, so this time around, I'm not polishing off a bottle of sake of my own. Like, that's just not happening. All right, you can help me, but like by the end of the night...
I'm not a fan of sake,
so... you just haven't found the right sake.
Yeah, I haven't found... I mean, sake is delicious, man. I will say that some sake does taste like flat Budweiser, but... It depends upon the type. Like, the cheap stuff is going to be pretty bad. You gotta get, like, Nagari or something like that. That's, like, a real rice wine.
I drank the unfiltered stuff, and I was like,
yeah, I like the clear filtered stuff more than the milky, gritty stuff.
See, I am so on the fence because I have had some really good unfiltered, and then I've had some really good filtered. So, it's one of those...
It really depends upon the brewery you go to, or I don't know, brewery, distillery, wine. I don't know. It's considered wine, so I guess it'd be rice vineyard. But it really depends. Like it's just like beer, guys. You're gonna find some that you like and some that you don't like.
I can imagine an Italian style commercial, except it's like in Asia with the vineyards of all the rice paddies.
No, you can't. You can't ferment. You can't ferment meatballs.
Well, we remember, we have a topic for tonight. And we actually do have one. So the topic...
Pixar didn't happen.
The topic was, where the hell is Blue Shark? Oh, no, wait, that wasn't the topic.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Blue Shark.
No, it was co-ops. Because we missed Blue Shark. That was it.
Co-ops. Oh, that was the... I thought literally when you sent me that message, I thought
co-op shooters.
You were asking whether or not we can actually play co-op shooters this Wednesday. I was like, yeah, totally, man, I'm down for that.
Yeah, where were you Wednesday?
I was dealing with a bunch of family crap for the holidays.
Ah, lame.
I want you to do me a favor. Call my mother and tell her that you're upset with me that I missed a Wednesday night, and she'll hit you with a cane from as far away from she is.
Well, at least you'll have a chance to run because she had surgery the other day.
Yeah, send her an IM in Facebook.
So don't you threaten me with a good time.
You were very sweet. You were very sweet. IMing your mother after surgery.
I called her too.
All right, so real topic.
So, yeah,
what aspects of co-op shooters?
No, we're actually just, it was just co-op shooters in general. We've had a lot of great ones over past 2018. Actually, we've had a lot of great ones just in general.
So is this just like an in general conversation, or is this like just for the year of 2018?
Yeah, I think we can open it up to all.
Good, the bad, the ugly.
One of my favorite co-ops of all time was possibly Gears of War when they introduced Horde mode.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all are going to stare at me because I don't think anybody here has actually played that.
I've played Horde mode.
I played it once.
To give you a rundown, what it is you and up to 4 players face wave after wave after wave of increasingly difficult locust enemies, and it gets to the point where like you get basically boss level baddies just like flooding the zone, and I think it's just an unending cycle. There is no end to it. They just keep getting more and more difficult. And you can get up to like I don't even know what the max range was. Some guy got up to like level 100, and it pretty much just resets where it gets more difficult. You get more enemies, and I don't think anyone's ever actually completed it completely because it's just a never-ending cycle. But it's fantastic and introduced a lot of different games. Started having that horde mode, or basically player versus NPCs characters.
Now, why do I think that horde mode has been around for a lot longer than Gears of War, though?
I mean, other games have done something like it, but I think Gears of War was probably the first general group of games that kind of brought it into a new zone. Because you always had games where you and friends could team up against NPCs, but it was always like a set team of like 4 people or something along those lines, basically you versus computer-generated opponents. It wasn't like wave after wave after wave after wave of enemies in a single setting.
I beg to differ. Smash TV, even though it was 2-player, you went wave after wave in that game.
Is that considered to be a shooter?
It is. It's a top-down shooter.
Okay. I mean that's. I guess that's fair.
See, the game I was thinking of was actually the original Alien vs. Predator that was done by Rebellion.
That was actually pretty fun.
I want to say that there was a horde-style mode in that where you would. It was an online co-op horde mode. You would get to a spot where, like, you had a bunker, and you would dig down into the bunker, and you would just get wave after wave of aliens just coming to try to wreck you, and you had to fend them off for as long as you could. I'm pretty sure that was in the original Aliens.
Wasn't that like the same premise for like what was it, Xenophobe?
The Nintendo game?
Yeah.
No.
Wasn't it similar to that? Like you went through wave after wave of like aliens?
So Xenophobe was a little bit like it was a side-scrolling shooter where you went through a starbase and you kept trying. I honestly don't even know what the point of that game was, other than to just go side-scrolling through the game and pick up different stuff to get points. And you just shot aliens, and there were different aliens, like there were little facehugger-looking aliens that came across the ground and leaped at you, but they weren't facehuggers because that would have been copyright infringement. And then they had one that totally looked like a bull alien. But, it didn't quite look like it because that would have been copyright infringement, so they couldn't do that. I remember Xenophobe, man, that was an old game.
The face humpers.
Yeah, they were face humpers, not face huggers. These things just dry dock you. Oh, it's like, God, what was that? Dreamcatcher, where they had the ass blasters? All right, tangent.
Yes, it was. Sorry, my... mute was being a
Speaking
bugger.
of tangent, why do you have rolls of what appears to be bubble wrap in your place, D?
Because I have rolls of bubble wrap.
Alright, so there's some kinky shit going on there.
Nah, unfortunately it's also boring. I'm just going to be wrapping up the Christmas dishes and putting them away. I had bubble wrap for the dishes, but the kids got a hold of the bubble wrap and popped all the old bubble wrap, so I had to get some more.
Sounds hot.
So yes, getting back to the topic at hand, the shooters. I mean, horde modes in general are a lot of fun. I think they add a lot to the game. I don't know. Would you consider the game that you and I have been co-oping to be a shooter or more of like a...
Yes, I would consider it a
third-person shooter. Absolutely.
Third-person shooter, yeah. That game is a lot of fun. See, I think they need to make out more shooters that kind of have a dual, almost like a linear storyline between 2 people that they get to see different things.
Yeah.
Because we even played... we were even playing not last week, about 2 weeks ago. We were playing, and we were just playing normal plain Jane. We didn't do any side quests, and I was seeing things that Cecil was seeing, and Cecil was seeing things that I wasn't seeing. So, and because of the shenanigans I pulled the previous time, he wasn't believing me about any of this crap.
Nope. Still don't.
But he did scream like a little girl. And if you'd like to see that, check out his Twitch stream.
I did scream like a little girl. What the hell did I scream at? I forgot what the hell it was.
I don't remember. You turned the corner or something like that, and you saw something, and it freaked you out, and you thought you had yourself muted, and you just let it out, and it literally sounded like a 10-year-old girl screaming.
No, it was when I switched over my gun. I had switched my gun, and I was trying out this thing with the Ripper on it. I'm like, all right, let me just try this out. And I thought it was going to shoot this buzzsaw thing at things, but it didn't. It just shot it out in front of me and kept spinning. So I'm literally like 10 feet away from something, and I keep shooting the damn blade out, and it just keeps going out right in front of me, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die! No!
Couldn't have been any worse than when we got that campaign gun where you have to go inside the stomach of that thing, and you have to find the nodes. Where we both thought that was actually going to be a weapon, and we tried to kill things, and they were like, why aren't they dying?
Yep. Yeah, the probe gun. Yeah, that worked out like a fart in a spacesuit.
Pretty much, it was pretty bad. It was more like a shark in a spacesuit. That shit was everywhere.
Oh god. I don't know. What the hell is the logic behind going inside? Like, okay, Zyber, please explain to me, like I'm 5, how this works out in your head. You're on a planet where things come back to life and try to kill you. So what do you do? They crack open this huge monster, and you go crawling inside of it to go, like, to probe sensory nodes, which are basically like these little hemorrhoid things that are hanging around in there, and you shoot them with this probe gun. Now, what part of this idea seems like it's good?
Sounds like a sexual fetish to me.
Hey, man, you gotta go some places. You don't have to be proud of it, but you gotta go, and you gotta do your thing. No one's gonna judge you,
saying goes,
except for your parents.
It's called karma, Cecil. Motherfucking Martians always probing our asses. Huh? How do you like that shit?
Yeah, but
Here's what it breaks down to, though. Hold on. $20 is $20.
I don't care. $20 is $20. This thing was the size of a football field. What possible logic says, let's crawl inside of it? It is dead. Let's go inside.
Science.
Science. I would honestly say that the first time that you and I basically crawled inside that thing, and the first time we shot one of the active nodes, we could honestly safely assume that thing was not dead. It was very much alive, and we were being lied to.
Oh yeah.
I say it's sexual exploration. That's what it is, children.
I mean,
you have to
in all
go
honesty,
in, fiddle with these nodes, whatever. It's sexual exploration. It's like finding the G-spot.
You know, he's not wrong. Honestly, the game was kind of like, hey, two guys exploring the female body, trying to find that G-spot. We were just shooting everywhere going like, is this it? Is this it? Is this it?
Yeah, 2 guys, 1 monster.
Pretty much. Hey, we tag team that crap like Tenacious
Oh
D.
yeah, dude, we Eiffel Towered it.
DP and you still couldn't find it.
Hey man, you know, as long we got things coming out, it squirted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that definitely happened.
Little black monsters, but it definitely squirted.
Yeah.
Dude, we got raped hard by those things. Like all right.
Why is it?
Did you say the black monster squirted?
No. I said it squirted black monsters.
Oh god, I was like, dude, that is so racist. You can't say that.
Gross. No, I'm not racist. Oh great, now I said that, so I am.
His anaconda don't want none unless it's got nodes, son.
So story time is that every time we play this game, we keep hitting a save point.
Hey, Shinzu.
Yo, what's up?
You like fish sticks?
I love fish sticks.
Yeah,
I think
you went
your
on
mic was
music.
mute on that
You're
one.
a gay fish.
Well, what makes me a gay fish? I'm a lyrical genius. So every time we load up this game, we hit a save point, and every time we go back, we're like, cool, we saved at this particular spot. But like an anime episode, after like the first season, it always makes us replay like the last 30 minutes. So we have to go through this entire thing, and we walk through the intestinal tract of that beast, no problem. Didn't die at all the first time through. The second time, it was awful. Like, I don't know what happened, but our skills were either just not there, or those guys knew exactly what we were going to do, because they came hard, and they knocked us over. All over us.
This is for well, I guess it's kind of appropriate, but for a shooter, this is getting pretty awfully sexual.
I will just I will just say this.
I agree.
Both Cecil and I walked out of there with pearl necklaces. It happened.
Dude, it was bad. It was so bad. Well, hey, here's another co-op shooter that I think, honestly, when I think co-op shooters, I immediately think of this game. Even though Dead Space is awesome, and don't get me wrong, I love Dead Space, and I love Dead Space's co-op mode because of that whole you see one thing and the other person doesn't. But Borderlands.
I remember playing that with you, Cecil. You actually introduced me to Borderlands. It was a lot of fun.
That game, so I remember playing that game on the PS3, and my friend Cisco Kid, he's in Discord, he came over, and I was just like meandering playing it one day, and he's like, "What's this?" And I said, "Oh, it's Borderlands." He says, "Oh, it's a 2-player?" And I literally at that point in time, because like games just weren't split screen anymore. And well, geez, I don't know. I don't think so. And I pick it up and I look at the back and it says 2-player split screen. I went, oh, look at that. It is. And I hand him a controller and we go through that game together. And it was amazing. Like we went through all of it. They released DLC, Dr. Zed's like Zombie Emporium or Dr. Ned's Zombie Emporium or something like that. And you go through that entire, and like we went through that, then we went through the next DLC, and it was so much fun just for two dudes to hang out on a couch and play split screen on that game. It was just freaking amazing.
Dude, Tina was my favorite.
Oh, that's in part 2 though.
I know, but part 2 still, regardless out of all the Borderlands, Tina's my favorite.
See, I liked Borderlands 2, but I did not like it as much as Borderlands 1. Especially the DLC. The DLC in Borderlands 2 I really felt fell flat compared to the quality of the DLC in part 1. I think the weapon balancing and the ammo balancing was significantly better in Borderlands 2, though.
It's all right. We're all entitled to our opinions. Some opinions just are wrong, and that's perfectly okay.
How about a multiplayer shmup or shoot 'em up?
Like
multiplayer shoot 'em up? You mean like PUBG or any other?
No, shoot 'em up like kind of like something like a R-Type or Jamestown is actually a really neat one. It's like you're in a spaceship. It's like a shooter, like a top-down vertical shooter, except it's like Western meets steampunk meets spaceships. It's actually kind of neat.
That makes me think. As soon as you said that makes me think of Gradius.
Yeah, it's like
Dude,
a Gradius
was a great game. Although I got one that's excellent. What was that? What was that NES game? Commando.
Oh yeah,
Commando was a lot of fun.
Commando was a lot of fun. So I have a copy of that, and I play that game, and it's super freaking hard to get into. But they have like all like these awesome either secrets or death traps. Take your pick. They're kind of like one of those weird things where you uncover, you either make it or you die, something along those lines. But it's super difficult, super fun. I've never beaten it. I don't think I ever will.
There are very few Nintendo games I can honestly say that I beat without help, like without cheats or something.
I never beat Mission Impossible. Like, I gave up. I had no idea what to do in that game, like, whatsoever.
Well, it makes sense. Mission Impossible, hello.
Okay.
It's Mission Impossible, not Game Impossible. Literally, they give you this game, and they're like, here, have fun. And you're like, okay, I don't know how to do anything in this game, and you die incredibly easy.
Isn't that what most of the games you ended up with when we were kids? Like,
yeah.
What the fuck is this?
As kids, I was given the more challenge of the game because my parents looked at me and they're like, you know what? This kid's going to go somewhere. They were wrong.
Yeah.
So wrong.
All right, I got an old school shooter for you. Let's see if Zyber remembers this one. Ikara Warriors. Huh? Came out in the time just like Commando. It was a top-down shooter. You started off on a beach, and I just remember the one guy was supposed to be red, and I do air quotes, red, but really he was just a pink color.
Yeah. What about Blaster Master?
That would be like a side-scrolling... Well, Blaster Master was weird, though, because you had like the side-scrolling portion
it was.
and then it went top-down for a portion.
Yep, it was weird.
It was weird.
Right, and you had the in-tank and out-of-tank battle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun game, actually.
Although, if we want to go old-school co-op shooters, I mean, like the granddaddy of them all, Contra.
Oh, God, that game... Jesus Christ.
Konami Code is the only way you're beating that
up,
game.
Down, down, left, right,
Pretty much.
BA, select, start.
Anybody that has beaten that game without a Konami Code is a cheater.
I've seen people do it on YouTube.
They cheated. They totally cheated. They turned everything off, and they quickly did the Konami code, and they just put a number 3 up on the tape on the screen there, so you didn't know the difference.
They got a piece of masking tape over top of it. Wait a minute, how is that working?
They did it through OBS. They put the number 3 over layer.
Oh God!
Powerful sticky notes, man.
Now, what are some other? Well, I mean, Titanfall's a fun. Well, it's PvP. That's not co-op though. I failed there.
Second one does have a campaign.
But it doesn't have co-op to it. Not that I'm aware of. Can you play the campaign with 2 people?
Battlefield.
But can you play?
Battlefield's a nice co-op.
But can you play? What part? Which Battlefield? The new Battlefield? Battlefield 1?
Battlefield 1.
There's co-op in Battlefield. I haven't played it, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's a multiplayer co-op.
Oh.
Yep.
And all the Battlefields have multiplayer co-op. Some are better than others. I mean,
we're missing a big one.
Oh
Halo.
God. Yeah, but like,
the whole
series. The whole series.
If you're gonna say you're missing a big one, you have to mention Call of Duty before Halo, because Call of Duty's always been way more popular than Halo.
Was there multiplayer co-op in Call of Duty? I don't remember it being in the PC ports or in the PC versions.
I mean, I thought we were just talking about co-op shooters. I mean, yeah, there's multiplayer
co-op
online.
Shooters means that you're playing with somebody. Co-op.
Yeah, same team, pal. Same team.
I mean, technically, you're same teams. You're playing multiplayer, but you're just versing other players.
But that classifies as player versus player. It's not co-op. You got to get on board, man. You got to get on board with the co-op, man.
All right. Well, I mean, definitely Halo, and up until Halo, I think it was Halo 4 is when they finally decided to go, we're going to go ahead and ditch one of the very principal aspects of what makes Halo great is the split screening. Because after Halo, I think it was Halo 3 was the last one you could do 4, or is only dual split screen?
So fucking look at me.
Because Halo 2, you could play you could go co-op campaign. Yeah, campaign was only duo. Yeah. But Halo 4, you can't do that anymore. So there's no more co-op in Halo 4. You can only play online with other players. So you can't have people come over for like just like a Saturday kickback and then play through the campaign anymore, which is what we used to do. Play through the campaign on Legendary and cuss each other out when either one of us failed.
So I remember with 3, if you were doing it online, you could have, I think it was 4 people in your party when doing the campaign?
Yeah, you could, but in order to do it, the graphics went.
One co-op shooter I like to play was actually introduced to it and pretty much only played it at Cecil's house was the Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, but that wasn't co-op. That was PvP, wasn't it?
I thought there was a co-op portion of it.
I don't remember there being co-op in that.
I thought you and I played, unless we just took turns, I thought you and I played through it.
Because Battlefront was always just a PvP game. It was like Battlefield. So like remember Battlefield 1942? It was just there was no actual campaign to it. It was just a bunch of people fighting. And Battlefront, I'm pretty sure was like that. You know what other game though is definitely counts for co-op shooter? Resident Evil 5 and 6.
We don't talk about those games. We don't speak about them. We don't.
No, so
them.
What about Biohazard?
There was no co-op in that.
Okay. What one was it for the GameCube that you could play with multiple people?
So Resident Evil 4 you could, and same thing with Resident Evil 0. You could not really true co-op. Someone could take control of the other character briefly in specific aspects of the game. Like, for example, when you were in Resident Evil 0, if you had your co-conspirator with you, they could control that person. But the minute you split apart, it was just a singular screen.
Yeah.
So I don't really think that counts as true co-op. Plus, Resident Evil 4 is kind of what changed the entire direction of... to an over-the-shoulder. Of that game. And it's... Yeah, to not a... I mean, I liked Resident Evil 4, but it wasn't really a Resident Evil. You need to have a certain, like... It didn't scare me. And that game is supposed to scare me.
They switched it in Resident Evil 4 from a more of a survival horror to more of a action shooter. I mean, there's still survival horror elements in it, but it was more of... Like, 5 and 6 were full-on action shooters. But that's one of the things I enjoyed about it. Like, there was a distinct time when... I think it was Resident Evil 5. Me and my brother were playing. And we were at a fight where we were fighting, I think it was Albert Wesker. And all these, like we ran to this room and all of a sudden we start fighting him. And I hear my brother go, "What the hell's that?" And then all of a sudden I hear the smoke alarm going off and I hear him going, "Oh my God, babe, what did you do?" And I hear him getting farther and farther away from the mic. So there's his character in the middle of the screen. And I'm sitting there going, well, crap, I got to keep this thing off him. So I'm running over to the thing, I'm pulling aggro from the creature, and I'm running away to get it to follow me so it doesn't kill my brother. And I'm doing a really great job, and I'm probably fighting this thing off for about 10 minutes. And he doesn't get hit once, and I'm like, holy crap, God, you got to get over here, Jesus Christ. So I'm listening, and all I hear him in the background is screaming. I hear the fire alarm still going off, or the smoke alarm. And I'm going, what the hell is this? So it turns out that his wife, girlfriend at the time, wife soon after, she had put a teapot on the stove, and she had left it there so long on high heat that she actually burned out the bottom of the teapot. All the water boiled out, and then the bottom melted.
Here's a probably not one that a lot have played, but a really good co-op shmup. Kind of like the Gradius type. It's called Race Storm. It was by Working Designs on PS1.
I remember Race Storm.
I remember that.
It was a lot of fun.
But I want to get back to Resident Evil for a second because I kind of want to go off on a tangent on that game.
Hold on. Let me.
Zyber, right? So Zyber actually brings up a very valid point where when they did Resident Evil 4, they took the direction of the game.
Shinzu, you're muted, dude.
No, did he really mute me?
Your lips are moving, but I can't hear anything.
I want to say I hate you all. I was gonna say. So it was really funny because when they came out with Resident Evil 4, I was so hyped for this game, and then I started seeing it, and I'm like, it takes away all like the actual terrifying aspects of Resident Evil when you just have basically hordes of zombies. You have these endless gun clips, and you can basically just do whatever you want to do, and you can take a scythe to the head and still survive. But the one thing that really got me was then during Resident Evil 5, they had Chris Redfield go to Africa. And I think everyone knows where I'm going with this one. And like the Capcom was like, wait a minute, can we actually do this?
Oh yeah, where he's just he's literally going around shooting a whole bunch of Africans.
Yeah, and it's just everyone's like, you can't really have this. So they actually added a secondary character to that was like a mixed race, and they're like, yeah, this will be okay. And I'm like, no, that doesn't make it all right. Like you can't do something like that.
Yeah,
and then just add another character and say like, hey, look, it's not racist because we added another character.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident just putting a shotgun to a whole bunch of Africans' faces was definitely going to stir up. Could you imagine if something like that came out today? I mean, it had a little bit of an uproar then, but it really kind of fizzled and died.
Oh, dude, it would be bad. Like I felt bad for when Resident Evil 4 was going through a bunch of stuff because Resident Evil 4 went through like 4 renditions of the game before they came out with what they came out with. And it was supposed to be this whole delve into Umbrella, and you're thinking like, man, if they kind of didn't do what they said they're going to do, they're going to correct this crap with Resident Evil 5. And the game ends with you punching a boulder. Like, how steroided out are you to punch a boulder to end the game?
Well, I mean, come on. Chris Redfield was pretty jacked up on some juice.
But I love the nuances like the old games brought in. Like, there were some subtle hints here and there of like, if you played, did you guys ever play Resident Evil 0?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where basically you found out that Wesker was not only part of the original team to help, discover the T-virus, but he only was like ejected from the actual team when the research went so far above him that he didn't understand what was going on anymore. So then he opted to go out of it. But they perfected the original storyline was that he actually perfected the original T-virus, but the only problem that he had was that if left unchecked, it would replicate his skin cells to a point in time where it would basically turn him into a giant pizza monster. So he kept taking that serum to basically keep everything in balance, and which is why when he gets burned in Code Veronica just a little bit, he like hightails it out of there, because if he continues to take damage, he's going to start turning into that pizza monster. It would basically just turn into cancerous cells and just kind of go
all right, so we've got a new drinking game now. So it used to be when somebody said the word basically, everybody had to drink. Now anytime Shinzu says the word basically, he has to drink. Because you had a sentence there where you said basically 3 times in it.
Ah, shit. This shit might be genetic.
I want you to all... Oh, God.
No. The genetic thing is, with D, he is his father. That whole,
that's
thing.
A big insult. That's a huge insult. Come on, that's a big insult.
Every other word,
Well, one thing about the Albert Wesker thing that I want to point out is that you actually found out that Albert Wesker was part of that team in Resident Evil 1. Because you found that picture.
Well, yeah, and they also had that little clip thing that go along with it too. But you never knew what his actual role was until you go into like Resident Evil 0 and you go and you find like all the paper clippings and you can actually read through it to find out that oh god, what's his name in Resident Evil 2? The doctor. William Birkin. He took the G virus, which was a more stable form of the T virus, but he didn't want to give it up, and Wesker had no idea what to do with the G virus. He's like, I can't. It's the researchers go so far above me, so he just basically pieced.
Yep, and then Birkin turned into the pizza monster.
Yeah, and that was I think one of the big issues with because Burke did that because he turned into Pizza Monster. You're right. I was gonna say he probably had a raw form of the G virus, which I think he did because he had the vial he injected himself with when he got shot by Umbrella.
Well, what other shooters can we talk about? I think we've hit on a lot of the great co-ops.
We have. I mean, any basically almost any shooter, even bad shooters. Any bad shooters will have you play and be not terrible for the most part.
Quake Champions Arena.
Was that co-op though? That's PvP, isn't it?
It is PvP, but it's a great game.
You can co-op. In the original Quake Champions, you co-op.
But, there was a storyline?
Right on your home console.
But there was a storyline and you co-op?
Oh, no. It was like, beat up the opposing team.
Well, it's still PvP.
In the early stages of online.
Yeah, but that's still PvP.
I don't know. I think it's a little loose.
I think you're a little loose right there.
I'm pretty tight right now.
I don't know. I think it's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway over there.
Gets one more bottle of hard ice cider up there. He's going to be pretty loose.
I mean, how he's fit 3 up there and they've been staying so snugly, I'm not sure. And I don't know why I'm dropping into like the Brooklyn Boston accent now, but I am. Well, let's kick into it. Did we have any questions? Like I'm trying now.
There
were 0 questions. Son of a bitch. Like I didn't forget this time.
I've been slacking the past 3 weeks.
Mike, I didn't forget this time though. Give me credit here. I did not forget. And where's D? Well, there's the question. Where is D? Where do you think he is?
Well, here's the question. What would you recommend to drink for the next show?
Do I recommend to drink for the next show? Well, I don't know. What do you recommend to drink? Shinzu, what do you say?
Well, I mean, he already drank now that D isn't actually here. You got a variation of 4, right? A pack of 4?
I have copies. I have copies of the barrel aged and the heirloom.
Oh no, I was referring to First Republic.
The First Republic?
Yeah, they're gone now, right?
I had 2 of the Caught in the Web.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
And I had the porter.
I do like their porter.
I had one other one. I can't remember what it was.
I think I gave you Ardent.
I think so.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you like them, you can just let me know, and next time you're down south,
love them.
At my parents, I can leave you a few as well. Because I can start doing that. Just use them as like a halfway house to deliver delicious beer from my area.
What the hell do you recommend for the next show?
Well, I'm getting to that. I was going to say we should all choose a type of beer, either IPA or ale, because I don't know how many people here actually... I'm an IPA fan. I know Cecil is. I know Zyber is. D. I'm worried that if he actually gets one, it's going to be a basic bitch IPA.
I'm going to find the basic.
You said basic. Got to drink.
I know, I got to drink, but it fit well. He's going to get like a pumpkin spice latte IPA or some crap like that. But I think we should all find an IPA that we have not had before. And then I'm
going to find the most basic of IPA. No, I'll find a new IPA, something that's not basic. I want to point out,
there are not a lot of IPAs in this area that I have not drank.
Well, you're going to have a fun challenge for you then.
I was going to say, I'm going to have to start looking outside the box, like traveling to North Carolina.
Do we, for next episode, do we want to talk about Neo Geo games that we like?
Well, we haven't even gotten that far, man. We're still on the subject of what we're going to drink next weekend, right?
See, now, I would recommend rum.
Don't rush us.
I would recommend straight-on rum. Just no ice, no mixer, a really great rum.
I could go for a good rum.
I would say that.
How about bourbon?
Well, I can go bourbon. Why don't we say a nice bourbon or a rum?
Because I don't know. I feel like rum is kind of one of those things where it's rum and you really can't mess rum up that much. I mean, I've had some bad rum. Don't get me wrong, but like,
oh my god, they can so mess up rum.
I mean, like Captain Morgan, and then like there's a bunch of other, like the Kraken rum as Zyber is holding there. Like there's a lot of various rums that are actually pretty decent, but I'm mainly saying this because I don't have any rum and I don't want to go and buy a bottle.
Yeah, but the thing about rum is that they make rum that is like it's meant for mixing, and then they make rum that's meant for sipping.
I also don't want to feel like Captain Jack Sparrow.
I did that without a single
I'll do
drop
a
of
bourbon.
rum. What about you, D? What would you suggest for next show?
A really good whiskey?
Like?
Dick, I'm drinking that right now.
I've never heard of Dick, I'm drinking that right now whiskey. Is it really good?
But it sounds good.
It's been steeped in the finest pube hairs.
I think it would be salty. That's just how my thought. That's how my perception of it would be.
It's actually smoky. See, what they do is they stand around a campfire to get that nice oak smoke in their nutsack, and they just kind of dip it in and just kind of like move around a little bit, swirl it around.
I like that you're doing the dance of the chair.
I said whiskey because I don't know a ton about whiskeys, and I'd like to actually go venture in and see if I can find a really good whiskey.
All right, here's what you're going to do. You're going to find the first whiskey in a plastic bottle that you can find, and that's going to be the best whiskey, usually on the bottom shelf. Old Smoky whiskey.
I trust you like a tumor.
What about you, Zyber?
Anything named senators, Congress, or Republic whiskey is what you want to drink.
I don't trust that. I don't trust anything with a
Here's what I
political
think.
name.
I think we should all get some of this Nephew and Rye's rum, and we should all drink that straight. The Nephew and Rye overproof rum.
No.
Hold on.
No.
My suggestion is we all get a bottle of either Kirk and Sweeney 18 or 23, and we sip on that.
I don't have
like
that here
that
in this area.
idea.
I can actually say without a doubt, there is nothing here that I can find that at.
Yeah, there is. It's called...
Now, if
Yeah, by the time it reached me, though, because I'd have to buy it. You know how strict my state is for importing liquor from other
I wonder,
states?
does Amazon have like an alcoholic?
They do, actually.
portion?
Amazon does sell, like, a very small selection of, like, wines, but I don't think they do liquor.
Hold on. Now it's time to see if my Prime is going to kick in.
I will say that
Amazon Prime liquor.
I drove when I was in Connecticut this past week. I actually drove by a Costco, and I was like, I wonder if that Costco has Costco liquor, because you can get like a giant handle of like Kirkland liquor that's actually like the knockoff Grey Goose, and it's super cheap. But they also have like Kirkland brand whiskey and Kirkland brand rum, and I'm like,
Hey, wasn't the that big warehouse that like the wall gave out in, and there's a whole bunch of rum? Wasn't it Kirkland?
no, that was actual Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Jack Daniels fell apart.
Yeah, Jack Daniels had a
Yep.
was they had a lot of their whiskey barrels ended up out and broken, and even if they weren't broken, they were sloshed around so much. I'm pretty sure they just tossed it out. But I don't think they ever figured out what ultimately caused it. I think it's just like one of those things that's going to happen.
New whiskey sloshed from Jack
Yeah.
Daniels.
I mean,
River whiskey.
I will get a bottle. I'll get a bottle of Whistle Pig, and I'll sip on that.
I think you will find Kirk and Sweeney at your beverage centers there.
I don't know. Their selection has gone kind of weird lately. They're not carrying a lot of stuff. It's mostly like I swear that their liquor depot area is mostly Svedka. It's mostly Svedka vodka and like Stoli vodka. That's really mostly what it is.
Christ, if I have to ship it to you, I'll ship it to you.
No, I'll figure something out. Once we agree on what we're actually going to do, I'll find something, either the exact thing or a substitute I can use. Like if
It's almost like we're trying to start a bootlegging operation, like
Pretty
prohibition
much.
over here.
All right, so I'm going to go see if
complicated.
I can find some Kirk and Sweeney at the store. I'm not supposed to spend any money, but I will spend some money on some Kirk and Sweeney. I will see if there's there.
It'll be the best $38 you spend.
So I think there's somebody in Las Vegas, Nevada right now that would disagree with that. No, you're muted though. So you can't even rebuttal.
That's pretty funny.
Gum
I think
jobs
so.
are pretty amazing, though.
I think D will do a lot of things for $38. He's got 2 kids to raise. He needs all the money he can get.
Yeah. Yeah, why do you think I grew my hair out long?
All of that
G.N.A. style.
all that money spent on bubble wrap.
Alrighty, so what do you want to talk about next week? D, you said you had a topic? What were you thinking?
I was thinking Neo Geo IPs, like the old Metal Slugs and all that good
I
stuff.
don't think like Neo Geo is actually one gaming system I don't think I played.
SNK.
Yeah, I didn't play that game system either.
Well, I mean, their IPs have been on other systems, But they've also released a little Neo Geo arcade thing.
That could be interesting.
Classic or whatever.
Neo.
That was just a suggestion, just because we've done a lot of topics. I'm not sure what we haven't touched on yet.
We were basically...
Yeah, I loved a lot of the SNK titles.
Yeah, when Cecil was asking the question, he was really asking both Zyber and myself. Not that you don't have any good ideas, they're just few and far
No, I actually
between.
did specify D. I want to point out, I did actually say, hey, D, you had a topic.
Well, I mean, he's like... I mean, yeah, but you wanted to give him a chance to shine.
Right. It was that participation trophy.
Exactly. So now Zyber and I will come up with a viable...
You guys are brutal right now. Like D, this, I imagined your butthole was like this at the start of the show. After these two have been finished with you, I'm talking, we can get a 3-liter in there.
You know you know what the state of my butthole is right now after this? There's 2 assholes walking around shooting fucking nodes in there.
Way to bring it back. Way to bring it back, D.
It now actually makes sense why there was a bunch of little monsters trying to kill us.
I told you it looked like hemorrhoids.
The reason why it was black is because it was D.
He's going to spit up his
it's going to
horrible
be
drink
D
there
who
all over
ruins his
himself.
equipment this time, not me.
So as in terms of like a topic, the next show will be in 2019. It will be in 2019. I know we've talked about games that are coming out in 2019 in terms of games that we're hopeful for.
Oh, geez, I thought you were talking about games that were gay, like coming out. I was like, oh, wow, I didn't think we talked about that. But yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
I went right there.
Really?
I did.
You went there. You're like, yeah, you know what? So I think about what kind of gaming trends do we not want to see continued in 2019? Or hoping that we kind of like fall off the gaming radar, as it were.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of what would you like to see phased out of gaming?
Actually, I like that idea. What would I like to see phased out of gaming? I think, actually, I've already got I've got like half a dozen things in my head right now.
Yeah, I got a lot of lists. Yeah, same here.
All right, but here's the thing,
I think
though.
it'd be kind of
Here's the
cool
thing.
to...
You got to come up with some supporting documents on it, though. This can't just be a fly by the seat of your pants thing.
We mean supporting documents, like things that other people want to see, or things that's like, because I'm just going to talk about things that I want to see, things that kind of annoy me. Games, which I can write you a 5-page essay.
Yeah, well, I want you to cite those sources though with APA formatting.
How about you sort these nuts? Cite these nuts.
No, I dig that.
What formatting though?
So it's APA formatting. I don't care.
I'm going to go ahead and write the whole thing in Comic Sans.
What about you, Zyber? You got any ideas for next show before we cement that one in?
No, I'm on the bandwagon for what you want to see.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
I corrected Shinzu's wording on how the title was of it too being phased out. You know, he was tripping over his own words, and here I am, the one that's getting really, really drunk right now.
Hey, you know what? I got a learning disability. That's not cool, man. All right.
I have one ear. What are you talking about? I only heard half of that. Can you repeat
God,
it?
I hate it when I love it when you do that.
I think because come a little closer to the mic, I'll scream in the other ear.
Wait a second. Hold on. Shinzu, that's not how that works.
Sure it is. If you scream hard enough, it goes through both ears.
All right, Banshee.
All right, Shinzu, where can people find you at?
Which my ideal for an upcoming topic, not necessarily the next one, would be what we think of the current like Marvel movies or superhero movies.
Bring that up next show.
Yeah, you got like Aquaman and
Aquaman?
It's Aquaman, man.
The
He's down from Jamaica, man.
Jamaican mashup man.
I just got done with Cool Runnings. I'm ready for my own show.
Where in Jamaica is he from? Down by the beach.
They actually they asked Jason Momoa if he could swim. He's like, I'm Hawaiian.
Yeah, I remember that. Bro, I'm Hawaiian. Alrighty. Shinzu, where can people find you at, man?
All right, people can find me kicking around the G.N.A. Discord every once in a while. I can also be reached at the Secret Solvent, all one word, Secret Solvent, all one word, on either Twitch or on Twitter.
One more time.
Secret Solvent, all one word. Because apparently, even though Kurt has one ear, D cannot hear with 2 ears.
No, I'm a disabled vet. I'm half deaf.
And notice how he's only got one
only
earphone on his ear, the other one is off.
I know.
Yeah, because this is like the one good ear, which is not good.
The only thing that's disabled D are those goddamn donuts he keeps chowing down.
Hey, fucker, I'm allergic. I can't eat donuts, you heartless
Oh,
bastard.
dude, I totally cheated today and had gingerbread. It was amazing. Zyber, where can people find you at, man?
At the bottom of an ice cider bottle.
I'm expecting to find you on the floor in a minute.
Did
Yeah,
Shinzu
I don't know.
even finish?
Well, you can
I
find
finished all
me-
over my keyboard.
What, you can pee on your keyboard?
Absolutely.
cleans it.
I already
Spider-Man.
finished it, so I might as well wash it off.
All right. Fucking Spider-Man. Anyways, you can find me palling around on the G.N.A. Discord, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere else you can find G.N.A. Like on our Rabbit streamings for Anime Night and Horror Movie Night, which the next Horror Movie Night is coming up in about 2 weeks. Or on my Zyber Games sites, which is Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Just at Zyber Games on Twitter, and you can find everything. And myself.
Nice.
Can you be a great horror movie night as a prank? Just put on the news and stream the fucking news.
Where can people find you at, D?
People can find me at my website, microbergamers with a Z instead of an S.com. Same thing at my YouTube channel. You can also find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook. I've got my own Microbergamers Discord, but I'm usually more on the G.N.A. podcast Discord, along with Yeah Dude Gamers. There's a bunch of others, too, just all over the place.
You forgot one.
Probably.
No, you did. It was the basic beer aisle in your local supermarket.
Yeah.
Spends a lot of time there.
Yeah.
A lot of time.
I got diagnosed recently. I'm a basic bro, dude.
All right, you got a drink. I'm Cecil Xavier, your host. You can find me on Cecil vs. Games on Twitter. You can find me on Cecil Xavier everywhere else. Ustream, Mixer, Twitch, YouTube. You can find me trolling around the G.N.A. Discord, Yeah Dude Gamers Discord, TPC's game Discord, Geek Squatch's Discord, Viewhorn Gaming's, Mattman's Discord. I'm on a whole ton of Discords. If I know you and you got a Discord, I'm probably there. I'm in Zyber's Discord. I think I'm in Zyber's. Zyber, you still have a Discord?
What?
Oh.
No.
Well, I was in
No.
yours when you had it. I'm in Microbrews. I'm in everybody's. So we hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Reviews help other people find the show. So if you enjoy listening to us, help other people find us. Be cool. We're also on other podcast services like Google Play Music, Podcast Addict, Stitcher, Player FM, Spreaker, MyTuner, Your Listen, Spotify. We're also on Spotify. You can check us out on Twitter or Facebook. Just search at G.N.A. Podcast, all one word, and you'll find us. We've partnered with Humble Bundle. Hey, Zyber, why don't you tell us about Humble Bundle, boss?
Humble Bundle?
Oh, he's
What
ready
about
for you
Humble
this time.
Bundle? It's like no other site you can go to. Because
Humble
they do
Bumble?
stuff- Yeah. They do stuff that other sites don't do. They let you donate to charity. And we at G.N.A., we love charities. So if you're going to, buy from Humble Bundle, go ahead and pop that partner equals G.N.A. podcast at the end of your link. Let them know that we sent you there. Yeah. Right now we've raised $14.70 for charity.
In the month of December.
If you want to help us out, please, by all means, go to Humble Bundle, get like one of the bundles or games. Just make sure you pop that partner equals G.N.A. podcast at the end of the link. Scroll down, you'll have some sliders. When you see the G.N.A. slider, slide it all the way to nothing, and then slide the charity up and the developers up. We love that. That's what gets our rocks off.
We gotta do better. 1470? We throw more cash than that at some chick named Charity at the strip club. Come on.
Yeah.
I think the $14 also was far below what those medical bills were after you licked the pole.
Well, Zyber, I got to give you some props, man. I honestly thought that you were not going to make it through that. So, dude, hats off to you, man. Hats off. Do you like anime?
I mean, you saw that smile.
Do you like anime? Because we like anime.
Trust the bastard.
Join us Sunday nights on Rabbit, www.rabb.it/G.N.A. podcast for Anime Night, hosted by, well, none other than Zyberblood.
Yes, we are streaming Goblin Slayer right now. We are on episode I believe 3. No, never mind. Correction, 4. We are on episode 4. This Sunday, we will be continuing that.
Very nice. And if you like, Zyber already mentioned it, we do a horror movie night every second Sunday of the month. First Sunday of the month, we do game show night, which first Sunday of the month is coming up here pretty quick. So we do game show night, where we play Jackbox games and give away Humble Bundle codes for Steam and whatnot.
Saturday night? No, I thought that was Saturday.
Saturday.
I was like, did I miss something else being kind of the oblivious chucklehead?
Anywho, we'd also like to thank Morgan BS Photography for our new logo and artwork. Check him out at morganbs.com. Email us at GNApodcast@GNAandyourdNA.1 with questions, comments, death threats. We don't care. We'd love to hear from you. Last but not least, check out our website at www.GNApodcast.com. We got some fun stuff up there, some pictures, some other stuff. Pictures mostly. Pictures. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I had a great time.
It's good to be back.
Absolutely,
I'll
brother.
catch you guys next week.
It's good to be back. I won't say goodbye.
Damn straight. Save your project. I repeat, save your project.
I don't want to save.